In today's video, we're diving into a detailed comparison between two of Bose's most popular aviation headsets, the Bose A20's and the Bose ProFlight 2. I've worn both of these headsets for several hundred hours now and often get the question of which I prefer. So I thought I would take the opportunity to share my thoughts on both so you can decide which is right for you. So while you're not going to go wrong with either choice, they do cater to slightly different needs and preferences. So let's get into it. First up, here is a quick overview of the Bose A20. This headset has been a favorite among pilots for years, known for its exceptional noise cancellation and comfortable design. The A20 comes with advanced noise reduction technology, providing up to 30% greater noise reduction than conventional aviation headsets. It's also equipped with Bluetooth connectivity, allowing you to make calls or listen to music, and it has a comfortable cushioned fit. In terms of build quality, the A20 is very robust and durable. It's no secret that I demand a lot from my gear and certainly don't baby it. But even after being thrown around cockpits as a student, as a jump pilot, and even the cockpit of a jet, the A20 looks no worse for wear and has stood up to it all. The ear cups of the A20 are also designed to fit comfortably over your ears, ensuring a snug fit that helps with the noise cancellation. So now let's take a look at the Bose ProFlight 2. This headset is definitely designed with commercial pilots in mind, especially those flying in quieter, pressurized cockpits, but still does pretty great in GA cockpit as well. The ProFlight 2 is known for having many of the same features as the A20's, but in a much more lightweight and compact design. The ProFlight 2 features 3 levels of noise cancellation, allowing you to adjust it according to your needs. It's also equipped with Bluetooth connectivity and has a unique tap control for talk-through communication, which in theory makes it easy to interact with other crew members without removing your headset. Obviously, one of the biggest differences with the ProFlight is its in-ear design. The small, comfortable ear tips reduce the overall weight and bulk of the headset, making it much more comfortable for long flights. This design also allows for a lower profile and also reduces the clamping force that some people have complained about with wearing the A20's during longer flights. So now let's break down the pros and cons of each headset and talk about who they are for, starting with the A20's. The biggest pro of the A20's is their superior noise cancellation, making them ideal for noisy cockpits. The full cup design not only blocks out a lot of the noise on its own, but it also allows the noise canceling software to be much more effective at isolating particular sounds. The A20's are also very durable. I have honestly never kept them in the bag that they came with for very long, and even after being shoved in flight bags, the pockets of the seats of the aircraft, and just thrown from plane to plane, I've had zero issues with anything breaking or any of the connections. Now, I have replaced the ear pads as they started showing some wear, but I was able to get replacements on Amazon for about $20, and they take about 60 seconds to replace. Speaking of the ear pads, the ear cushions on the A20 are also incredibly comfortable. I've worn these things for 8+ hours a day as a jump pilot, and while they might get a little warm in hotter environments, the pain point of these was never at the cups, which is definitely a plus. Okay, so let's talk about the cons of the A20's when compared to the ProFlight 2's. First and most obvious, they are much heavier and bulkier than the ProFlights. While they're not heavy in their own right, when you're wearing them for several hours a day, you can definitely tell a difference in the weight. But my biggest con with the A20's, and A30's for that matter, is wearing a hat and sunglasses with them, which I do most times when I'm flying GA. The biggest pro of the A20's is their superior noise canceling ability, but once you throw a hat on that sits below the top of the cups and sunglasses that lift the cups away from your head, you lose a noticeable amount of that noise canceling. Plus, with the cups now clamping down on a hat and on sunglass earpieces, those pressure points become much more noticeable over even shorter periods of time. Okay, so let's talk about the pros of the ProFlight 2's. The ProFlights are noticeably lighter and more compact. There is almost no clamping force, and you can sometimes even forget that they're on your head. So while they have this tap technology that is supposed to allow you to turn off noise canceling in one ear, it's kind of clunky, and I found that I'll accidentally turn it off when bumping an ear, and then won't be able to turn it back on when I'm trying to. So what I've found is a method and pro that I like much better, and that's the ability to take one ear out and leave the other ear in. When I'm in the jet that has a relatively quiet cockpit, after getting to cruise, I'll often take my inside earbud out so that I can better hear the other pilot and hear if anything is going on with the passengers in the back. The ProFlights even have this little wire hanger on each of the head braces to keep the earbud from dangling. The ProFlights also have a much quicker way to change the microphone side. While both the A20's, A30's, and ProFlights let you change which side you want your mic on, the A20's require a screwdriver in a couple minutes. while the ProFlight's procedure is toolless and takes about 10 seconds. So if you're going to be switching seats a lot, this may be an important feature for you. Okay, so what about the cons to the ProFlights? The biggest con that I can see, but doesn't really affect me, is the in-ear design. I personally prefer earbuds. I'll wear my AirPods for hours on end without issue, and these are no different. The earbuds are comfortable and work great for me. But if you're one of those types that doesn't like things in your ears for longer periods of time, you're probably not going to like these. The next kind of con is the noise canceling. Now, don't get me wrong, the noise canceling in the ProFlights is still fantastic. It's just not quite as complete as the A20's or A30's for that matter. You can still absolutely wear these in a piston airplane, and I do quite often. You're just going to notice the noise a little bit more. Another con is an observation based off of one of their pros, actually, and that's that they're very lightweight. And while this is awesome, they are more prone to getting bumped around or pulled out of place if the wire catches on something. So if you're flying in smaller cockpits with minimal headroom, just something you want to think about. So the last possible con of the ProFlights is that because they are smaller and lighter, they may be less durable. I personally haven't had an issue with them at all, and I certainly haven't babied them either. Just something to watch out for. All right, so who are each one of these headsets for? Both of these headsets do a great job of noise canceling, and even though the A20's win the A&R battle, if you're like me and wear a hat and sunglasses a lot while flying, the active noise reduction of the in-ear ProFlights will be as good, if not better, than the compromised ear cups and active noise reduction of the A20's. What it really comes down to is, would you rather have something in your ear or on your ear? If you don't mind earbuds in your ear for several hours, then the pros of the ProFlights definitely outweigh any cons. But if you think that earbuds may irritate you over longer periods, you can't go wrong with the A20's or even the newer A30's, of course. Okay, so what are some pros and cons that I've missed? I and everyone else watching would love to hear your experiences so we can make a more informed choice. So leave those comments and any other questions you have in the comments below. And let me know, what else would you like to know about being a corporate jet pilot or a jump pilot or just aviation in general? Until next time, blue skies.